You are listening to the Body Charge podcast, and I'm your host, Sandy Sanderson. Welcome to the Body Charge podcast. Today's topic is how to transform menopause fatigue into a more vital life. Even though women have to deal with hormonal pimples and menstruation each month, after the body finishes its spring cleaning event, the system gets a revitalising boost of health and radiance as hormones rebalance. However, when perimenopause or menopause commences, those cycles of cleansing and renewal can go way out of whack, causing extreme fatigue, sleep disorders, anxiety, brain fog, metabolic issues and weight gain, as well as stressed and saggy skin. My special guest today is Anna Pang, a menopause specialist helping women in midlife rejuvenate, balance hormones, and regain energy naturally through the yin, yang, and precision biobalance method. So welcome to the Body Charge podcast, Anna. Lovely to have you on board.
Thank you so much, Sandy, to having me.
My first question today is what happens to hormones when normal menstrual cycles change in menopause, and what symptoms do women typically experience?
I think the first sign normally women start with irregular cycles, and it started with maybe like also very heavy some months, and the other months is they don't have anything at all. But in that part, I actually did a lot of research. It can be actually rebalanced by through your hormones to make your cycles more balanced again. Myself, actually, I did was 2 years ago. I had this kind of a short period of cycles that's irregular, and I did not know that was my hormones problem. So I went to the doctor, and he asked me a lot of questions. And when he asked me questions, I just started to relating what I'm doing for life for hormones balance, and I came back home. I sat there, I say something must be inside my body. So I did focus together with my eczema because that was came together as a sign of hormonal imbalances. I had a severe eczema on my eyelids and irregular cycles. So I did a completely new lifestyle structure to actually match my new needs of this biological transition every woman has to go through. So now my cycles actually come back to the normal one, and my hormones are imbalanced. So I just see that is early signs if you had actually irregular cycles, and if you actually make some changes in your lifestyle, you can actually rebalance your hormones and your cycles come back. And that's what I have done. And now I record my cycles every month. It's similar like when I was in my 20s and 30s.
So women can go into perimenopause, so that's a little bit premature, isn't it, in their 40s? And so you were able to address lifestyle habits to improve them, and that helped your hormones rebalance. And so your cycles came back to normal because normally menopause, women often experience it in the 50s. And that's when the cycle stops, I think, is a whole year you have to go without a period, and then it's considered you've done it. You're
That's
finished.
right. You say you have done the menopause period. That's correct. Yeah. I have started that in regular cycles when I was 45. I remember that was 2 years ago, and they combined with this eczema. So, like you said, is after 40, if any signs is started that in very uncommon as you normally have, and it start pay attention quite early instead of wait until too late. And that's what I have done. So it worked very well.
Well, so that's good. So tell us about your personal journey. What kind of things did you do to change or to rebalance your hormones? What What made the best improvement for you?
Mm. As I said, I completely restructured my skincare and also my key nutrients schedule, like what I normally do for past 2 decades. So I focus on more key, deep, and cellular nourishment, which is very important for supporting our hormones and to regulate hormones in a more balanced way. So like all key nutrients that I took more bone broth and also more hydration and the key nutrients like omega-3, magnesiums and
Oh, magnesium's a big one. I love that one. That saved my
yeah,
life. When I went
that's
into
right.
menopause,
Yeah,
I got severe heart arrhythmias, Hashimoto's hypothyroidism. So we have different genes where that kind of stress or low magnesium expresses differently. I didn't get eczema, but my heart really suffered. And
yeah,
just lifting magnesium was enough for me to
yeah,
rebalance. And I didn't experience any bad symptoms in menopause at all. No hot sweats.
yeah,
And I slept really well. I didn't feel the high levels of anxiety that a lot of women go through. It was just every now and again, it was
yeah,
slightly warm. I'd take my cardigan off, then a minute
yeah,
later put it back on again. It was like really gentle and easy kind of a transition. And
yeah,
it just goes to show, when the body's getting everything it needs in the right
mm,
proportion, it does its job well. It doesn't need to be a state of huge suffering. We can
that's right.
transition very easily and gently and, eventually enjoy, woohoo, not having a period anymore.
Yeah, exactly. That's so true. Because magnesium is play vital role in that mood and fatigue, sleep, all these aspects. But for me, the rebalancing hormones is to focus on all key nutrients.
Yep.
So I took more, like I said, is magnesium and zinc, everything what I can think of to double more what I normally eat, and
Yeah.
that worked very well.
Did you find that you had issues with gut health and digestion? So,
No,
so a lot of women can't really digest tablets and powders very well when they're in a high level of stress. And
yeah,
sometimes, if the gut isn't digesting or we have some bad gut bacteria, it
mm,
can make us feel bloated and distended, and we gain weight. Um,
mm.
and I know you said you needed more hydration. So was that one of the things that you felt wasn't right, that led you into your symptoms? Just not drinking enough water or retaining the water? Was your body excreting it too quickly? Why do you think you went into a state of dehydration?
No, actually, in my case, in my journey, that I have started to drink at least 2 liters of green tea every single day since in my 20s. So hydration perspective has been always strong. But for me, when I discovered this transition of hormonal shifts, and I found out a lot of things is about nutrition, how you balance. So when you talk about this, first of all, the gut issue, I never experiencing anything about gut issue. To be honest, like you said, you had a very smooth transition. So far, I'm only 47, so I haven't hit that menopause yet. But I, except this 2 years my eczema and irregular cycle, I'm really feel like I was 25, like 2 decades ago. My energy level, nothing really has been changed. And the gut issue, I know many women experiencing because I think that's one of major things people overlook is cortisol. Cortisol is one of the biggest culprits causing our premature aging and also everything about our digestion and metabolism. And we maybe do not many people know that actually serotonin, our happy mood hormone,
Yes,
is
where we
actually
feel
90.
satisfied. Yes,
That's
serotonin
right.
makes
Yeah,
us feel very contented.
exactly. And that one actually is 90% produced from the gut. And that's the reason why when many women feel depressed, feel anxiety, feel low mood, because the gut issue.
Yep.
And for the gut issue, I would say is measure to eat right and also reduce your cortisol level. And because when you anxiety, when you feel anxiety, that is you mean
The
your cortisol
stress
level.
hormones. Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, the
So,
fight or flight. So we go into a sympathetic mode of
mm,
you got to run away from the tigers. You're in danger of some kind. And
yeah.
often there's no real reason. What I found when I did go through menopause and I had severe adrenal fatigue.
Mm,
My adrenals were pumping out stress hormones even
mm,
when there was no reason. I wasn't thinking about anything stressful, nothing was happening, but I just felt like I had ants in my pants and I couldn't, you know, feel relaxed.
mm,
And that for me was a sign of low magnesium. And I was one of those that had digestive issues. I took
mm,
a handful of supplement tablets and nothing was working for me until I found transdermal magnesium, so magnesium chloride, soaking, bathing. And
mm,
when I was able to absorb it through the skin, immediately I felt calm in the heart. All my stress levels went away because my skin was able to absorb the magnesium really well. And
yeah.
it also helped to nurture the skin. Magnesium is used to build collagen in the skin, which is what we need to be more youthful. And in fact, you need magnesium to make all proteins, including hormones.
Yeah.
And it's also a regulator. It goes together with many other nutrients to like a team. It builds a team of
Yeah.
cofactoring enzymes, nutrients, and that work together. It's the master mineral. Many researchers call it the master mineral. And it's what we need for the electrical system and metabolism. So, what happens, I think, when we go into menopause, we don't make as much estrogen anymore, so natural estrogen, which as a younger woman supports magnesium and helps recycle it so you don't pee it out as fast. And so when you're not making enough estrogen naturally, you tend to lose magnesium too quickly. And low magnesium, scientists have found causes excessive release of stress hormones. So you see, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're definitely on the right track to improve nutrition and health, and hydration. Hydration is really important. A lot of people don't drink enough or they drink the wrong things. Um,
Yeah. That's very
green
true. Yeah.
green tea is great, but if you drink a lot of coffee and the beverages, sodas, they take water out of the body. They actually contribute to your dehydration.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, the best thing is like herbal teas and mineral water is fantastic, especially if it has magnesium in it. Helps hydrate the cells better and
Mm,
you retain water better. So you get a better flush. The cells, as you
yeah.
mentioned, cellular health is very important. The cells need to detox, they need to get rid of waste products. So how are you going to rinse the dishes in the sink without enough water, right? How are you going to get rid of your
Correct.
waste?
Yeah. Yeah. I am very happy to hear that you said also about what do you drink is also important because I found a lot of people say, I drink a lot of water. And no, when I ask what do you actually drink during the days, and I found out most people mix up those sodas or even sparkling water is not really contain any minerals anymore because it's
Yeah.
have this
Just
process.
carbonated. Yeah.
Exactly. So actually, people has a lot of misunderstandings about hydration, and for me, it's like hydration always been the key thing for me to maintain my health because in my 25, when I was 25, I decided to maintain same weight, 53 kilos, and then as vibrant as I was for life. And I did. So actually, I went through conception, pregnancies, postpartum smoothly. Nothing really had any issues. I could not recall anything. And until this perimenopause enter, so I realized that when biological transition really happening, you cannot fight biology. You just support your body with the right way, and that's the knowledge our midlife women need to get right. It's not people always are looking for the external quick fixes, like a
Yep.
lot of topical gels, a lot of I'm talking about skin
Yep.
vitality. And like you said, supplements, I personally never take any supplements. First of all,
Yep.
my body doesn't need it because I'm a
Yep.
very healthy woman.
You eat
And
well. Yep.
yeah, eat well. And second
Don't
one is
put any chemicals in your body. You've got to watch what you put in. No processed
exactly,
foods with additives and chemicals, unnatural. Like the
yeah,
body works well in a natural environment. That's it.
exactly.
Bottom line.
That's right. So in that way, it's like people, I did research, 77% people taking supplements just for in case. They do not really even know they actually need it. And that's
Yep.
very dangerous because a lot of side effects that maybe you have a constant headache or fatigue, probably actually is because you took some supplements without you knowing why. And
Yep.
then you give yourself more trouble just
Yep.
because you think everyone needs a supplement.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you have too much of something, you can push something else out of the way. And the other problem with tablets and powders is they have to put additives and excipients in there, to dehydrate it and to coat the tablet and the, microcrystalline powder, all sorts of other things in there, which the stomach has to digest and pull
Mm.
apart. And, it can create an extra load on the digestive system you don't need when you can do a lot better with real food, right?
Right. That's right. Real food is the best medicine, and that's worked for we say for millions years. But now the modern society has complicated our life,
Yep,
which is pretty dreadful for many people because people normally do not really have their own core, what they should eat, what they should
yep,
drink. They just follow others, which is make life much more complicated. And that is also one of the key reasons make people have a higher cortisol level. And now
yep,
you see the young people, like 30s, even 20s. The other day I saw a 20-year-old young girl. She had a gray hair behind her back. I was so shocked. I asked her, did your parents also have this early sign of a gray hair? She said no. And then I was inside. I said, oh, that was premature aging because it's so much
yep.
stress. And I'm 47. I don't have even one single gray hair yet. I'm working very hard now to
Oh,
keep
you're
this.
doing very well. Yes,
Oh,
you're
thank
doing.
you. I really set a hard goal now. My new goal is like I do not going to have gray hair until 65. I will see how long I will go.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit peppery. So,
Yeah.
I'm trying to work with it. And yeah, at the end of the day, you can't completely hold off the aging process, but we can delay it a little bit, can't we?
Definitely we can. That's for
Mm.
sure. I can say from my own story. I can say it's from a lot of people like yourself as well. It's not meaning it's a sentence. It's like we can definitely make a midlife another way around as long as you know why the root cause. And that's
Yes.
my discussion always is you have to know why.
Yep.
Then you decide based on this why.
Yep. Why is very important. I'm always asking why. And the
Exactly.
problem is as soon as you discover one answer, there are many more doors you need to open because there are many more whys connected with that, right? It never finishes.
That's right. And that's like a hormones. Hormones, like I said, is a symphony. So you never focus on one single hormone when you rebalance. You have to focus all. And what you do is actually rebalance all your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's the key to make your hormones are balanced.
Yeah. So rather than a top-down approach, which is what the pharmaceutical industry has really created, that top-down, this is it, you need this one or this, and this is the amount, but they never account for the body's own wisdom in keeping its own balance. If I liken it to the soil. If you're a farmer and you want to grow beautiful vegetables, you have to make sure that the soil is healthy, the
Yeah.
pH is right, it has the right minerals, it has
Mm,
enough water, enough sunshine. So
that's
our
right.
body is really like the soil, isn't it? Our cells
Exactly.
need
Yeah.
all of those balanced ingredients, and then the body's own system can work well. We don't have to tell it what to do, it already knows. So what I love about the transdermal magnesium that we supply through Elektra Magnesium is that you can use it as skincare, and the skin is a massive big reservoir. It can hold nutrition for quite a number of hours and allow the body to take it up in its own time. So you never overdose, you never get too much, and it's always just very supportive of the skin without any chemicals.
Mm,
And when you give the body exactly what it needs, it can detox very well. And that's a big problem today. It doesn't matter if it's eczema, psoriasis, or if it's excessive weight gain or problems with metabolism, all those things that you mentioned. At the end of the day, if we can't clean properly, the body has to find ways to get rid of those waste products. And that often comes out through the skin and
mm,
irritates the skin. So, in some people it can express as eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, itchy skin, and other people they might get acne and pimples. All of those symptoms can be related to the lymphatic system, which lets out under the skin, trying to get rid of waste products because it's a
mm.
waste disposal system. And if the liver's not coping, then that lymph then is loaded with extra waste products to try and get rid of. So when we perspire and we sweat, if you go to a steam room or have a sauna and you're perspiring or you do exercise, that's a great way to get rid of excessive waste products through the skin.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and it lifts the load off the kidney, it lifts the load off the liver to process those waste products. So perspiring is a very good thing to do, a little bit of exercise. And that helps to push the blood circulation. Then that feeds more blood into your cells, into the extremities where you need it. The blood carries the nutrients and the oxygen. Hopefully, you've been taking in the good nutrients in your diet. Um,
mm,
and and so it all works, as you said, like a symphony. It all works together. And we have to trust that the body's own wisdom knows what to do. It does. We have it in the DNA, the program, the plan. It's all there. But
yeah,
it's up to us to supply all the ingredients that the body needs, right?
yeah. And I agree about probably some topical creams will be help with your skin, but after I have tried it constantly 1 year, trial and errors, and I found out my skin doesn't really accept that the topical synthetic products, regardless how natural they are, as long as they are creams in the bottle, is what for me now is a synthetic. So I actually changed to back to nature. I use a completely 100% natural ingredients. So now I
Yep,
actually do my own DIY serum, eye cream, face and hands masks, everything.
yep,
And the result is completely different. I transform my skin now as soft, as clean
yep,
as in my 20s. And this is something that is remarkable to remember natural things actually
yep.
is our best friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the good fats. We need good plant fats to support the skin.
Mm,
And that holds the moisture in.
that's
So
right.
some people can, use petroleum-based products and chemical products that actually dehydrates and causes skin dryness. Contrary to what people believe, they're not actually moisturizing, they're drying the skin out more. And often they can clog pores and they're comedogenic, so they're pore clogging. So we have to be very careful what we put on our skin. And as you said, go as natural and organic as possible with no synthetic chemicals or additives. And
Yeah.
stay well hydrated. So you're putting the good fats on the outside of your skin, you're drinking plenty of mineral water. Um, the mineral water with the magnesium salts help your internal cells flush better, and that helps you get rid of the waste better. And of course, good exercise and some sweating.
Yeah. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
Mm.
package, the whole package. So, yeah, sometimes people need a little bit of coaching and help and advice. So, where can they find you if they want to find out more about how you did it?
Yeah, they can find my website, menopauseskincare.live. And that is where I do my assessments, and people can book assessment with me, and we do a customized program just based on their preference and lifestyle. And also they can follow me from social media, Facebook and LinkedIn, if they want to know daily tips and inspiration about skin and vitality.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for this very informative podcast. It's always helpful to get tips from people that have walked the path before and found the solutions, right?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
I hope you liked this conversation and will share it with others. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. If you want to listen to other Body Charge conversations, click like, subscribe, the bell icon, and click all notifications. Subscribe to our newsletter to get updates on blogs, podcasts, videos, and magnesium special offers at electramagnesium.com.au. Relax, recharge, and recover.